welcome in. I am going to hit a couple of buttons to, well, first I have to pull this up on my screen down here so I can see any comments while we're live. And I will be sharing it over to Facebook because I have a lot of friends over on Facebook that like to see some of the projects that we're doing. Hope that I have good sound, so let's get this pulled up. And here we go. Hold on, it says waiting. Don't know if we are, let's refresh. Let's see if we are showing up. There we are. Hello, hello. If you're coming in live, say hi. I do have sound. Sound, it sounds like I'm singing. Try to get this centered up. It's hard to do before I hit that go button because it doesn't show me the full screen. So I think we're pretty good. Let's go back that way. Sorry if I'm jiggling you. Okay, let's get this spread over and I will explain what we're doing here in just a second. Let's see, I don't see any. I do see a few friends hopping in live. I see some saying hi, Miss Rose and Becca. And is that Beverly? Hello, hello, Miss Amy. How are you guys? Let me hit the right buttons down here, get it put over on Facebook because I know a lot of friends are there watching videos and it might pop up for them. We are live on YouTube today. There we go. All right. Okay, I hit the button, I think. Did I hit the button? Now I hit the button. Okay, here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, let's get back over and now I should be able to see your comments. I also see Dusty and Linda coming in. Actually, Suzanne, you show up here as Linda. Welcome in. If you've not seen me before, my name is Joey. The YouTube channel you found me on is Created in Awe with Joey. We are live today with a brand new project. Part of it's new, part of it's not new. I'm a creator with Magnolia Design Co. So a lot of what you see me do here on this channel and over on my Facebook page are stencil designs. So you see one back here on a tray and you see one over here on a shelf sitter. You'll see a little tea towel back there. You'll see rub-on transfers in other places. Lots of Magnolia stuff. And I'll do just some generic fun crafts that you can get from your craft store supplies or your stash even. And I do some kits from the Rust Covered Cottage, which is that one right there. So if you're new to me, I do hope you might subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what we're doing and hit the thumbs up on this video. Share it out to your friends as well. So thank you for coming in today or whenever you get to see this. I also see Peggy and Love Sweet Gifts. Welcome in. I don't know if I know you. I don't recognize that name. So tell me what your name is. I'd love to hear it. Let's show you, this is a brand new surface, okay? This is again from Magnolia Design Co. I have my website link in the description of this video. In fact, I have two links, one that will take you to all of our surfaces and one that will take you to the stencil that I'm going to use. The reason I gave you a link to all of the surfaces is because this has not yet released as of today, which is Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. It releases tonight, just after midnight. So if you hit that link now, it'll take you to all of our surfaces that you can look through. Tomorrow, when it takes you over there, this one will be listed. It is called a large wood oval frame, I think is the name of it. Large oval beaded frame. Sorry, didn't have the name of it right. There we go. I was gonna get that pulled out of the little bubble wrap, and it's gorgeous. So you have the really nice wood grain back here. You could stain this. It is an MDF surface that has a wood veneer to it. So it looks like it's solid wood, and it has the solid wood half beads glued all the way around. So you're going to be able to do a lot of different things with this. I can see this in a whole rainbow of colors, stained. I'm going to be doing it white with a little bit of distressing today. And again, available after midnight tonight, the 13th, which is really going to be the 14th of August. You'll be able to get your hands on this, and I'll give you the measurements. It does have sawtooth hangers at two ends, top top, whichever direction you're going to be turning it. We're going to turn it this way, so I want to make sure I keep my little hanger up there. You could choose to use jute or a beaded hanger if you like, a wire hanger if you like that, whatever you want. But these are here in case you want to use them. The stencil that I'm going to use, let me get some things out of the way, is actually part of like generally our spring collection called Flower Market. I love this. I absolutely adore it. I've done it on a fabric garden banner, on a tote bag, and now we're going to use it on this large oval beaded frame. Can't get the name of it right. Okay, Love Sweet Gifts. I don't know if I'm going to say it right. Well, Mr. Muhammad, you can go bye-bye. That's okay. I'm sorry if I am, let's remove you. Well, okay. I probably should have removed the whole person. Let's try that. Not just a comment. Hold on. I can't. I don't know if I can. I don't really want to report him. I just want to get rid of him. How do I get rid of him? I'm sorry. Let's just hide him. Okay. Shahrukh Khan, hello. Hello, Deborah. And Avanel. Avanel, is that how you say your name, Love Sweet Gifts? Block him. I can't hit that button. There's not a button to block showing for me. I don't know if you guys can do that. But now I've hidden it. So if he doesn't comment again, then no problem. He's hidden. This is my actual stencil that I've used before. Okay. Maggie, hush. If the dogs start barking, I'm going to have to close the door. I have it open to make sure I can get some good airflow without having to turn my fan on. I may have to go turn the fan on and close the door. We'll see. So look at how I beat up this stencil, guys. This is ink that, yes, ink can, and sometimes paste, can stain the green area and mesh combination of your stencil. As long as you can see through the cutout design, you're fine. You can still use the stencil. Maggie, stop. And I will be using this one today. I only brought this one out so you can see what it really looks like, okay? So this one is a little beat up, but we're going to use it. You can use your stencils even when they're stained, even if they don't look great, as long as you can see through the mesh design and it sticks to your surface. Even if it doesn't stick, some people just hold it in place. So that's what we're going to use today. Catch up here. I did get it right. Good. Hello, Anita Delaney. How are you? Used with love. Yes, very much loved. So, no, this stencil doesn't perfectly fit on our surface, but I am not going to be using this outside frame. If I skip that frame, then everything fits inside the beaded surface. I'm just trying to be a little bit creative. I like to use a bigger design. Our 8.5 by 11 stencils will fit within this frame. Let me give you, I was going to give you the measurements and I don't know what I did. Oh, I bet it fell. Things fall all the time around here. I am not the most graceful of crafters, so I may not have my measuring tape. I don't know what I've done with it. I know I didn't put it away. So let's see what it says here. It's 11 by 14. There's your measurements. Okay, so 11-inch width, that's from edge to edge, I believe. Top to bottom, 14 inches. I think this is a 12-inch, so maybe it's 11 inch. Oh my goodness, Joey, you can't get anything done. Hi, Miss Ruby, you gonna come say hi to everybody? My dogs are wondering why I'm in here talking to myself. Hi, Pumpkin. Hello. My cord is hiked up. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Up. Say hi, everybody. Oh, no, you don't want to. Okay, okay. You're going to be shy, baby. Oh, and there's Maggie. Hello, Maggie. Okay, girls. At least you're not barking. Can you tell me where I put my measuring tape? Girls, can you tell me? I don't know where it is. I'll measure it. I'll put it in the description of the video afterward. just moving on, moving on. But this is a 12 by 12 size stencil. So technically, I can tell you, yes, your outside of your frame is going to be 12 inches. So the inside is 11 by 14. So the full height of it's going to be 15. Sometimes I can be smart. Sometimes. Let's paint this because I love the variation of the color. Sorry, that makes noise. With the wood grain, but I could stain this and do the image in white, but this kind of a vintage looking image to me, I want it to be almost black. So I'm going to make the surface a bright color so that shows up. So we're going to go with plaster from Waverly. I'll just set that there. And we will be aging or distressing the bead area as well. So I'm going to start with the bead area and try to get the paint all the way into all the grooves in between them. Let's get a nice little paintbrush to get in there. Will that get in there for me? Yes. We'll start there, then we'll go around the top. Oh, Deborah, I hope you can come back on replay. Sorry if this is going to take a little while. This is going to take a little while. We are going in between, and it's okay if I don't get full coverage, okay, because I'll be adding wax anyway, but I want it to have that white background. So we're gonna get paint. I should have painted this first, but I wanted you to see how pretty it was all in its natural state. Again, this is available starting tomorrow. I was able to get my hands on it at conference. I only got the one because I did have to carry it home in my luggage. And I was really worried about the weight of my luggage. I only took one bag to be checked. And yeah, it needed to be within weight for sure. Next year, I don't know. I may have to invest in a second bag. It's so hard to handle all those bags in the airport though, am I right? Tell me if you guys have a tip for that. They're so awkward because I have a rolling carry-on too. Okay, getting all of the base areas around the beads. Just, I'd say 75 to 90% covered. It's not perfect. I will be putting that wax down in there. So I start in between the beads and then I go around the outside edges. And we're going to get all the way around. Thank you for sharing it out, Miss Patricia. How are you? I know a lot of you on here are already creators with Magnolia because you are some smart crafters who know a good deal. Am I right? Getting a 35% discount on the products. So all my Magnolia sisters, high five. Glad you are here. If you are not a creator with Magnolia, you can shop with me at the link that I posted and take a look at the products. Just glance through them. See some of them behind me. Feel free to ask me any questions you have about them. And then might as well go ahead and get the top of these beads done while we're here. We're almost halfway there. And also, Magnolia is a direct sales company. We offer an opportunity, like some of these ladies have taken advantage of, to become creators and get a 35% discount. There is no requirement to sell the product. You don't have to do videos like you see some of us do. You can just use it for your own crafting fun. And you'll have access, if you happen to sell any of the crafts that you make, you'll have full license to do that, to make whatever you like and sell it at craft fairs. If you have a booth at a local shop, boutique, like a craft boutique, or sells variety of things. I know a lady who has a booth or a little stand in her dentist's office and is able to sell some things there. And then some of us do the live videos. It's all completely optional. Hobby, small business, big business, whatever you like. So if, and right now, thanks for sprinkling, Dusty. Hello, hello. You have to wait until your promotion happens. Oh, Constance, I thought you were already with us because I know that you've been watching Cindy. You're one of Cindy's customers, am I right? If you know Monarch Mom DIY here on YouTube, she is, of course, then you know she's a Magnolia creator, a very good friend of mine. And we kind of help each other out. We're kind of like, we're not like connected in the business as far as directly. We both happen to be working with another sweet creator named Heidi Scott. And she does a ton of stuff here on YouTube. She has been on YouTube for, I think, 5 years now. So anyway, that's just a little background. Right now we have a new starter kit that's only available through Friday. Maggie, only available through Friday, that gets you your creator membership at Maggie for $19.99, and then you still get that full discount. You don't get a kit of products. If you'd like a kit of products, you can start with one of the 3 that we have that has different amounts of items in it. And then you have the monthly renewal fee that is going to be $11.99. I think starts next month. But that is definitely worth it. If you buy products, you know, I'd say anything over $40 a month, then being a creator and getting that discount, you will still be saving, even if you have to pay that monthly fee. There is a share button, Beverly, underneath the video. And then you can choose if you want to put it over on Facebook or if you want to copy the link and send it out to a friend. There should be a button that says share or a little arrow. I don't know what it looks like on your device. I'm looking at it on my computer screen, and it has that button, and it has the word share on it. We're getting there, guys. I hope you don't mind us just kind of chatting a little bit here. I want to get it all covered. It's not perfect. I have missed a lot of spots, but my dark wax is going to, come on, my dark wax is going to cover that up. And I want to do these beads first because it will take a little extra time for the paint to dry in between the beads. I'll use my dryer to help it along after we get everything done. Now, like I said, if you don't want to do all this work, leave it. You can even leave it raw. I didn't mention that. You could use like just a spray sealer on it and leave it the natural wood color if you like. Or stain it or paint it. Getting some of this excess blotted up with my paintbrush. We are almost there, guys. We have like 8 beads left. Your phone, it's the 3 dots. Oh, good to know, Constance, because I haven't even checked and see what that looks like on a phone. Thank you for letting me know. So, Constance, are you going to be joining under Cindy as your creator? That's exciting. I hope you guys can come to conference next year, those who are creators. We had a whole heck of a lot of fun together and learned a lot. There are so many exciting new things coming to Magnolia this year that are already kicking into high gear. We are super excited. By the way, we just finished, in fact, the surfaces that are coming out tomorrow are our last set of items that are from the fall collection to be releasing. Then starting next week, you can get your hands on the very first set of our Christmas releases. Okay, got all of the beads. So I do a lot on my Facebook page to explain all of what happens with Magnolia in a Facebook group. So you might want to go over to my Facebook page and check that out. I'll be posting pictures of everything. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to do a sponge dauber to paint the surface because it goes faster and it goes thinner. So it goes on thinner and it dries faster. And when that happens, then I can see if I want a second coat. I may want to just leave it with, and I can come back with my brush to get into any grooves that I've missed. But this just goes a whole lot faster for me. And like I said, it dries faster. So I'll come around the edges. And I might be, oh, look at that. I'm getting a little bit of the texture from the wood grain because I'm putting this on so thin. Is kind of showing through, and I like it. So I may not decide to do a second coat. See, I'm getting a little bit there. Not go as heavy in a few areas to let that come through so it looks, adds to that aged, distressed look. I'm gonna try not to lean against this thing and get paint on me. I didn't put my apron on today. I forget that all the time. It's right here, but if I put it on now, it'll hit this microphone I have on and then make a bunch of noise. Okay, I'm trying to give my finishing paint strokes along with the wood grain so everything goes the same direction. And I want to show you real quick. I will come in and get these edges, but I want you to see right in here the texture of the wood, and then up in here in this area is kept some of the paint from going down in because it was a sponge, and I want to keep that. I might actually sand a little bit off. I like it. Let's get our, I'll have to get this last paper towel. I can't make a mess right now. Get my paintbrush back out of the water and dry it off. And let's get a little bit of this paint into this little ridge because it does have a little bit of a raised frame along the edge. Smooth that out so it doesn't look like big bold strokes. You can come back and touch it up too. So it has this little bit of a raised frame around it that the beads are then glued to, the half beads. Okay, I probably should have done this part first. Probably what I would recommend, do these outside edges first so that you can smooth over the little paintbrush lines that you make. All right. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. Okay, let's see how this dries and see if I need to touch anything up. I'm seeing some gloppiness around the edges. I might need, let's just try to, I'm trying to feather that out. Not with a ton of paint, but I don't, in fact, let's get this brush a little wet instead of adding more paint to it. And what that will do is take the paint that's on the surface and blend it out. Got paint on my hands, watch out. Watch out! Joey's got the paint going. No moo-moo today, Patricia, no moo-moo today. That's gonna be saved for once a month on our silly Monday nights. If you don't follow me on Facebook, then you didn't see that last night. I did put my lovely moo-moo on for crafting. It was fun though. It was so comfy. It's the only time I get to wear it because my husband does not like them. Nope. Okay, let's see how this dries. Let's get our dryer. Hair dryer works fine, and we're going to go ahead. Is Christina on? Hello, sweet Christina. That is who is listed under there as the Rust Covered Cottage. She is who supplies the wood kits that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. She's an affiliate of mine. So let's get these all dry. We'll stencil next, and then we're going to, well, I'm going to do the edges too. Do the edges here in a second. But the edges, I'm not worried about those drying right away because we'll stencil just the center part, and then we will come back and do that antique wax, the dark wax, to age it up. You've been looking for one, Patricia. I'll see if I can post that link, that Amazon link of where I got it. They had a ton of options, and it got here really quick. We have an Amazon like distribution center, so it got to me like within 2 days because I have Prime. And I try to always pick things that have the Prime option for you guys. It's really thick in here. I'm trying to thin it down. So you can get it on Prime if you have it. All right. Not 100%. There's a little bit of extra paint there. Let's get that dry. Let's smooth it out a little bit. I think I'm going to sand a couple of spots. But it has to be dry first. Oh, Cindy is here. No way. No way. Cindy's going to do the same wood round, oval. But she's going to do it over on Facebook. So go find her Facebook page. We have 3 new surfaces releasing tonight. One is a, I have it over here somewhere. It's our little wood riser that we had in a craft club kit a couple of months ago. A few months ago, like in the spring. The other is a set of 2 white tea towels. We have had yellow striped tea towels for a long time, but now we're going to have white ones. Perfect. I can't wait. I can't wait. I use a lot of the Walmart tea towels in the embroidery section, but I want to be able to get them from Magnolia at my discount. And then there is a church stencil coming out. I'm going to post all that information over in that Making It with Magnolia group on Facebook later today. Okay, let's get a little sanding going. I have black paint all over this one, so I am going to remove it. I don't want black on my surface. And let's go ahead and there's dust on the edge of this little sander. So somebody pointed out yesterday they were having trouble getting to my Amazon shop. There's something goofy going on. They can't verify my website, so I guess they've shut it down. I'm trying to get this all the way to the top edge. So I'll see what I can find out about that. And then once I get it fixed, I'll come in and put my Amazon link so you can get to things like this. Okay, I have a little bit of thick paint in, and this is actually going to help age, you know, add to that distressed look. But these edges got a little bit thick, and I just want to smooth out the paint. If I go heavy, it's going to pull paint off, like right there, which is fine. Oh. Because I think that's going to be pretty. And I'll show you, you can see the wood grain through this. Okay. I don't have to worry so much about the middle because the stencil's going to cover that up. But get that extra. Just did a little bit. Right in here, I seem to have glops of paint. So I'm just smoothing that out. If you want complete coverage, give this 2 coats. And then you may still want to sand it. So we still see how you can see the wood grain coming through in a couple of spots. I like it. I like it. So I am done with all the paint. Oh, no, I'm not. I did it again. I did it again. Dagnabbit. Let's get another sponge dauber out. And I'll do the edges. Goodness, Joey. We forgot the edges. I could wait, but I want to be able to distress this all the way around. So, doesn't have to be perfect because that wax is going to cover up the mistakes or the missed spots. If it gets on the back, I'm going to thin it down a little bit. All right. Oh, by the way, Cindy does Monarch Mom DIY I mentioned earlier. She does the wood kits like I talked about from Christina, who's also on Wednesdays here on YouTube. You need to look. She does a new video each Wednesday showing you one of those wood kits. A lot of benefits to Prime. Absolutely. Yeah, it's if I would definitely not order from Amazon hardly at all if I didn't have Prime. I can tell you that. Makes it very, very convenient. Probably too convenient, right? At least for me. Okay, let's smooth out anything on the back just so that it doesn't stick to my table too much. And that's it. Get a little more there. Okay. And I'm just going to let that dry on its own. I got to remember this is the top over here. Put that in my little jar of water. And make sure I'm dry. All right, so the color I want to use on my stencil is one of my very favorites. It's called Glittering Black, right? Yes, Glittering Black. This is chalk paste. I could use ink. Technically, you can use ink on most any surface, but I'm going to use chalk paste. It's a little bit easier to clean off my stencil because you saw how it's pretty dingy from the last time. Let me check and see how sticky this one is. Oh, this one's a lot stickier than I thought it was going to be. Let's see if it's going to pull off paint. Let's go ahead and fuzz this. A brand new stencil you will for sure fuzz or add fuzz to because it can pull more paint off your surface than you'd want, and it can stick so hard that it might stretch. So I have here this little accessory from Magnolia called a tacky towel. It's a two-sided towel. This side, the green, is like a terry cloth, but it's a very low-lint terry cloth. It's not like your super fluffy towels. And what it does is I press this into it. I'm not going to worry about my edges too much because they're going to overlap outside of the frame. I press it in and it picks up a little bit of lint from the towel, and it makes it not too sticky. Now remember, we're not doing the outside frame. I am going to do, you can't see it, but I'm going to do the word flower, market, this design, and open daily. So just apply that a couple of times because I've used this before. Remember, I've used it on 2 different fabric surfaces. So it dulls down that stick just a little bit. Turn that direction. I just got paint all over my hands, but that's okay. As long as I don't get it on my stencil. Don't use chalk paint or any kind of acrylic paint on your stencil, guys. That's why I use the paste. The paste washes off the stencil. Acrylic paint is permanent. It's not made to wash off of anything. So I want you guys to be using the paste, if you can, on hard surfaces. If you're going to use a soft fabric surface, please don't get paint on yourself, Joey. Use our ink. Okay, I'm trying to center this up. Pretty close. I think it needs to go left just a tiny bit. A little bit more. There. And then I think we're pretty well centered top to bottom. I don't know. The word flower does not feel centered. Let me check this. I'm going to fold this over, find the center point, which is it's right in between these beads. So I think we're there. I think we are centered. Okay. Smooth it down. This has some wrinkles in it, so I'm going to work really hard to smooth it down. A brand new stencil is not going to have wrinkles. And I'm going to make sure it sticks. See, I know that it's a delicate balance between not too much stick and enough stick. You want it enough stick so that your paste will go into that mesh layer and stop at the edges of your vinyl, not bleed out. So if you press it down really well, I'm working out my wrinkles some more, then you will be fine. I may have a little bit of bleed out if I'm not getting my wrinkles out, but we'll see. Nobody wants wrinkles. Wrinkles in decoupage is okay. I don't really like wrinkles in my stencil. All right. Let me give this, quick stir. There we go. This is really a nice consistency, but I'm going to give it a quick stir just because I haven't in a while. You want to give it a full stir every time you use it. And it should be nice and creamy like sour cream. If it starts to get a little bit thick on you, you can spritz into it just a couple of sprays of distilled water. I keep distilled water on hand all the time in my lovely Magnolia fine mist sprayer, so I can put it on my projects if I need to, like I did a minute ago, and I can also spray it straight into these jars, stir it up if this starts to get a little bit thick. But this is fine. Okay, I'm going to grab myself a standard little mini squeegee, dip it in, get some on here. It's going to take a bit, so I'm going to start with a small amount. And again, I'm not doing the frame. So let's apply the paste just to the word flower at the top, all the way across that word. Okay, I went ahead and applied it and scraped off my excess. Let me show you what I did in more detail. So I'm going to glide across my design, okay, and apply the paste that I have on my squeegee to just the parts I want to use, not doing the frame. Okay, and after I have a good area covered with the paste, you can see this is really thick and it's making these kind of extra lines. I will come back and clean off this excess to make it a little bit thinner. You don't want to leave it super thick, but I start with it fairly thick, not a ton, but fairly thick. Oop, I've got a bubble there. We'll see if we have to fix that. So I'm going to start with it fairly thick, and I'm going to clean off my excess. Doesn't have to be super thick. Let's go ahead. I'm going to give it a little more pressure. Remember, the first time I put it on there, I said I just let it glide across. And now I'm going to give a little bit of pressure. You can start to see that mesh design show through. And I just put that excess right back into the jar. Okay. I'm not pressing really hard, just hard enough to get that excess picked up. Okay, and I'll go ahead. I have a couple of lines I'm going to glide over to smooth out. I need to do the word flower and apply this down here to the bottom part of the design. Okay, so I applied it down here in the areas that didn't have it, and now I'm going to remove that excess. So I'm going to go back across. There. Oop. Get a little more excess off. And make sure I don't have it on me. Hopefully my paint's dry now. So you can see through the design. And now we're going to start to remove it. I'll do it slowly so that if my paste didn't go all the way through my mesh onto the surface, I can stop, lay it down, and add some more. But honestly, if I miss some spots, it'll probably be okay because it'll kind of make it look a little more aged. Okay, I've got a little bit of a bubble there from a wrinkle. That's okay. I can touch that up if I need to. Let's get down to where I had, oh, that bubble did not cause a problem at all. It looks good. Yay! Doing it slowly just in case something didn't get applied. Oh, it looks so good. Looks so good. Now this goes upside down. So sticky side up, paste side down into this little tub of water I have right here. I'm going to push it down in the water, and that water is going to keep that paste from drying totally, and it's just going to make it a little bit easier to, I've got my shirts in the way here, a little bit easier to wash. Hang on a second. Thank you. You don't like wrinkles on you? Yeah, we don't want wrinkles on us. We don't want wrinkles on our stencils either. Let me put the lid back on this real quick and turn it around and show you. What do you think? Whoop. What do you think? Do you like it? Now, I always debate. I need your opinion on this. My initial thought was to use dark wax all the way around the beads and the edges to kind of age that up. But then whenever I use the dark paste here on the stencil, which I used the glittering black, or if I use black, then I feel like I need a black tone. But I don't have a black wax. I need to get some black wax, I think. Let's go ahead and do the dark wax. If I get myself some black wax, I might come back over it again. Sorry, got to keep my coffee going. Let's make sure. Yeah, I did do some drying on this, but there's a thick area there. I'm going to check a couple of spots. We don't want to add wax to any areas that have wet paint. And it's possible in between the beads we have a little bit of wet paint. So let me just check some things that look like they might be wet. Thank you. You guys like it. I do think we need to distress these beads. What do you think? Would you leave the beads like they are, or would you add wax to it? And would you choose black wax or dark wax? I have dark sealing wax. This is designed like when you're refinishing furniture and you want to give it an aged look. That's what you use this for. So I think you can get this at your hardware stores. I think we're good. I'll do that part last. But it's brown. It's not black. Where's my brush? I think I'm going to use my medium brush. And I need a not wet paper towel. Oh, hold on. That was my little stick pin. Went right in my water. You would distress it, Beverly? Do you like the idea of the dark wax, or would you use a black? And Christina, do you have a recommendation for me of a black wax? Okay, I got some wax on my brush, and I'm going to work it down into, I still want a lot on there, so I don't want to eliminate the wax. I just want to work it down into the bristles. Okay, so we are going to really work this in. Okay. And yes, I'm getting it on the board. That's okay. We will work with that as well. Really want to get it all the way down. Let's go at an angle from the outside. And I'll show you a section of it. Now you could do this before painting the center of the board if you wanted to. And then when you paint the center of the board, you don't get the wax showing like I have here. Okay, so now, before I go any further, I'll go ahead and show you. I'm going to remove from the top, okay? So here's our beads with the wax. I don't want them solid. So we are going to go over the top with a wipe to soften the look a little bit, and around the outside edge a little bit too. Okay, so that just pulled off the wax off that top layer. So now the wax is just down into the grooves. Okay, that's the look I'm going for all the way around. You did black on an antique bowl. Black rub and buff is good. It's very dark. Yeah, but isn't that like it? I need a large amount of it for these kind of projects. That's why I haven't really used rub and buff a lot. I use my paste to get that kind of a look on things, or ink sometimes. And so I haven't gotten myself any rub and buff. Because I don't think of rub and buff as going down into the grooves. I think of it as being like on the top layer. Am I wrong? That's what I've seen done. And get right on into these beads, in between them. Get the dryer out of the way. So any advice you guys can give me on a black wax would be awesome. Doesn't have to be perfect down in these grooves, but the more that gets down there, the better. Get down in between. You can use a smaller brush if you want to. For some reason, this is being stubborn and not getting the wax. There we go, down in between. I just have to keep more wax on my brush to do that. And then I'll go ahead and swipe off some more of these beads. Now it's not taking all of it off the top, okay? It's just kind of, it leaves a little bit of a residue on the bead, so it's a little bit aged and brown. And then I can decide if I want to add to what's on the inside or take it off. Let's go ahead, I'm going to take off what's up here. Kind of, it's going to leave some of that residue. It's not taking it off altogether. But I think that, see, that's just adding kind of that vignette haze around the outside edges. Don't hit your paste with the wipe because it will smear it, okay? Oh, I like that a lot. I like it. Last part. Then the only other thing that needs to be done is I will seal this with a spray sealer. That keeps the wax from, you know, continuing to smear or wear. It sets it in place along with the chalk paste. You do need to seal your chalk paste. And I always suggest a spray over chalk paste, not something that you use a brush to apply. If you use a brush to apply over chalk paste, it's water soluble, guys. That's why it washes off our stencil. It will smear. Some people use wax. You're going to probably have better luck with a hard wax when you do that. The Magnolia wax is very soft and creamy. Okay, let me get down into these grooves a little more. And we're almost done. I'll show you the sealer that I'll use. Okay, need to get down in here a little bit more. Hold on. Really want it to be heavy in between the beads. All right, now let's clean. I'm going to go ahead and clean off the board because my wipe doesn't have a ton of wax on it. Once I do these beads, it might have too much wax. So let's go ahead and swipe the base of the board. There we go. Now, I don't want, you know, a heavy look of a line, so I'm going to blot that a little bit. It'll dry. It. Part of that is because it's wet. Now I brought some wax in. There we go. Okay, let's get a new wipe. Actually, let's just go ahead and do this part, and then I'll get a new wipe and touch up some more of those areas in the middle. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. After wiping off excess and it's still too dark, you can dry brush your, oh, there's something in the way, something color. Oh, the paint color, yes. Now, be careful when you come back to touch up your paint, because then it's going to look heavier, like brighter, in the areas that you touch up. So, ideally, you don't want to touch back up if you're letting the wood grain come through, like I have behind it. But let it dry and then just kind of see what it says to you. Oh, I like it. I even still have some splotchy marks from my brush down here. I'm going to add more because this area didn't get it very heavy. There. So I'm going to just somewhat soften it and then go back over the top of the beads. And then what I will, let's go ahead and do these outside edges. What do you think? What do you think? Do you like it? I'm happy with it. You think paste or ink would rub off? Oh, I would still seal it. You're talking about using that as an edge in the Rub and Buff. I would seal it before I was totally done. Okay, let's get these outside edges done. They don't have to be 100% covered. It's just an aging process. Almost done. I didn't get hardly any wax there. And that's it. Oh my goodness, I got this done in less than an hour. I am happy with myself. See, if you don't talk like I do when you're doing your crafting, you'll get it done a lot faster. You could probably have this done in half an hour, guys, because we did some talking at the beginning too. Okay, that's pretty good. Got the edges now. See, it's not 100%, but it just makes it look aged. So I will spray this. That's what I'll do. I'll take it outside or in my garage with a clear matte sealer. This is just the one I use. You can use any brand you like. You don't have to use matte. You can use a gloss or a semi-gloss or a satin. I like a matte finish so you can't even tell it's there. I will give this probably 2 solid coats all the way around the edges to seal in that wax and especially the chalk paste. Jolie's Black Wax from Amazon. I will look at that. Thank you. Any other questions, let me know, and then I will catch those. I won't be able to answer your comments after we shut down because those comments disappear. Thank you so much, Suzanne. So I'm going to scan back. You had one, oh, the moo-moo? You had one, you didn't know what to call it. It's also called a caftan. Let's see. I'm just looking to see if there are any questions that I missed. See, now I'm back to the hellos at the beginning. Yay! I think I covered it. Oh, thank you, Miss Peggy. You have a fabulous day as well. And thank you guys for being here. I'm going to post some pictures of this over on Facebook, and please follow me over there if you want to see more tutorials. I have a recorded video that's going to pop in here later this week, and then we'll be live again next week. So thank you so much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Check the description if you want any of the supplies. See you soon. Bye.